Okay. So yesterday we discussed about SAP submodules. So broadly, SAP submodules we can categorize functional modules and technical modules. So technical module nothing but background supporting module. Functional module means, what is mean by functional modules? Every organization they are going to do the everyday, so day-to-day business function activities, nothing but business functions. Purchase team they are going to do the set of activities, sales team they are going to do their set of activities. Okay, production team they are going to do some set of activities, HR team they are going to do the set of activities, and even finance team and costing team also we are going to do the some set of activity manual, and more the finance activities it is going to happen here automation through integration. The more finance activities it will happen through integration, but still some of the activities is manual, so we are going to do within the finance module. So today's session we'll try to understand. Okay, so our core module is FICO. In that, what are the sub modules we have? Okay, and each sub module what are the important concepts we have. So our core module is FI. So what is it mean by full form FI and CO?
Finance and
Controlling.
Finance and controlling.
FI means
Finance and controlling.
financial accounting. CO means
controlling.
Okay. Okay. So what is the main objective of financial accounting? Why we are going to do the accounting?
Day-to-day transactions, sir, in organization.
Today?
Day-to-day transactions, sir.
Need to record day-to-day transactions.
To get the financial statements.
Okay.
To know the
To show the financial
present
position.
status of the business.
So the objective of financial accounting is, so every registered company, once it is registered company, it can be private limited or it can be limited or any firm registration, partnership deeds. Okay. So any registered company, so they must prepare their financial statements and they have to submit to government, right? So once it is registered company, you must prepare financial statement and we have to submit to whom will submit?
IT department, income tax department.
Okay. In other departments?
Like
GST.
Government.
ROC.
Yeah, GST.
ROC means
Register of
Register of
list
companies.
of companies. So this is also one of the government authorization body. Okay. So first of all, whatever company you are going to register, first we have to follow the ROC rules and regulations. So as per ROC rules and regulations, you have to do your company registration first. Okay. Then you have to follow the ROC rules and regulations guidelines. As per that, we have to prepare your financial statement. Okay, and as well as
Income tax.
income tax department. So income tax department also we are going to submit the same financial statement, but we can do some adjustment here. Like suppose you are getting the salary some 7 lakhs, 8 lakhs. Generally what we are going to do, so when you are going to submit the TDS returns, so we'll get some exemptions, right? Whatever salary you are getting, so on your gross salary, so generally we have to pay the TDS to government, income tax to government. But generally what we are going to do, so we are going to do some adjustment when you are going to do the tax TDS filing. So what we are going to do, we are going to get the exemption for LIC, we are going to get the exemption for home loans, and we are going to get the exemption for medical bills, okay, and house rent. So these are the exemptions we can get. Means suppose you are getting the some 10 lakh salary, so you no need to pay the TDS on 10 lakhs. So we'll get this kind of exemptions. Suppose 1 lakh insurance, okay, some 2 lakhs loan, medical bills, some 50K, rent, some 1.5 lakhs, overall year I am talking. So these are the exemptions we'll get. So then we are going to show this exemption, then so we'll come to know what is your net salary, net income. So on net income, we are trying to pay the tax to government. So we are not going to pay the directly on 10 lakh salary TDS to government. So we'll get some exemptions. Okay. So after that, whatever net salary we are getting, we are going to pay the tax to government. So most of the working people aware this. Maybe freshers, it is new. So freshers, my suggestion is, okay, try to interact with the seniors. Okay. So part of course, so many things we'll discuss, but so what I'm trying to say, so coordinate with seniors. Okay. So we'll try to get some real-time knowledge, general things apart from SAP. Okay, try to get the other things also knowledge. Then you people are more comfort when you go for the interviews. So we'll get the tax exemptions, right? Similarly, here also, so when you are going to submit your financial statement to government, okay, suppose as per ROC rules and regulations, we are going to follow the accounting. Suppose your company is getting the some 100 crores revenue or profit. Okay, then what we are going to do? So generally, as per ROC rules, we prepared accounting, we followed accounting and we prepared one financial statement. Assume that, so we got some 100 crores profit. But when you are going to submit to income tax department, we are not going to show your net profit as a 100 crores. So here we'll get some exemptions. Okay. So we are trying to show the more cost for the organization. So we are trying to show your net profit is 90 crores. On 90 crores, we are going to pay the tax to government, income tax. Apart from your regular monthly taxes, monthly GST, TDS is there. So this is final income, net income. Net income for your organization, end of the financial year. Okay, some exemptions is there. So after exemptions, whatever we are getting, that amount we are going to pay the tax to government. Okay. Similarly, any other departments we are going to submit our financials. ROC, income tax, then SEBI. Some background noise is coming. So I'm going to put mute. So if you have any questions, any queries, you can unmute and you can ask questions. SEBI. So when you are going to submit to SEBI, your financials, if your company is registered into IPO listed shares. Okay, if it is normal registration company, so you no need to submit to your financial statement to SEBI. If it is once it is listed in the share market. So you people are aware, right? So many companies, once the company is grown up, then they are going to issue the shares before going to issue the sales, first they have to register with SEBI. Okay, they have to show your last 2-3 years consecutive financial statement to SEBI. Okay, then we can issue our company shares into open market. Okay, so once it is registered with the share market, IPO listed companies, generally IPO we can call, then you have to submit your financial statement to SEBI as well as. Okay, then other stakeholders means investors, management. So internal management also we have to submit, stakeholders we have to submit the financial statement. This is the main objective of your financial accounting. Okay, then if you want to get this financial statement, how will get this financial statement and what are the submodules we have in the financial accounting? What are the submodules we have in finance?
AP, AR,
General accounting.
What are the submodules we have?
General ledger.
Okay.
Then
AP,
accounts payable, accounts receivable,
Shortcut, you can say
fixed
GL. Means
fixed assets.
general ledger, accounts,
AP,
Accounts AP, accounts payable,
table,
then accounts receivable,
yeah,
accounts receivable, the next fixed assets,
account receivable,
fixed assets. That's it, sir.
taxation,
Then
then. So we have submodules, these 4 only, but part of these submodules, okay. So another important components is there, bank accounting, okay.
Taxation.
Bank account management. So here we are going to dealing with 2 banks and each bank. So when you are going to make a payment to your vendor, checks, okay. So you have to maintain the check lots, and when you are going to issue the checks, so we are going to pick the check lot number from these banks, okay. So if you have multiple bank accounts, we have to create the multiple banks, and each bank wise we have to maintain the check lots. So when you are going to make a payment to from particular bank, so we have to issue the check number also from particular bank, okay. So or else you made a payment from SBI bank and we are going to issue the check from HDFC, okay. So if you go by manual, so chances is there you are going to make a payment entry with SBI and you updated check number manually, HDFC system will allow. So instead of that, if you maintain the banks in the system, okay, so each bank wise will go and update the checks, and when you are going to make a payment also, we are going to select the bank, then automatically we can tell the system should pick the check lot or check number from so and so bank, okay. So this we can cover in this topic, bank account management, and as well as after issuing the payment checks and receive the checks, we are going to do the BRS. So BRS is the another important topic here. Checks maintenance and bank setup we have to do. So along with bank setup, we'll update the check lots and we are going to use that check lots, okay, sequentially. Then after that, we are going to do the BRS. So another important topic you can see here, tax. So tax also we have 2 types of tax, GST,
direct tax,
direct tax and indirect tax. So direct tax nothing but TDS,
TDS and TCS.
What is the other tax?
GST, indirect tax.
Indirect tax. So these are also two important topics: banking and taxation. Okay. Then here, so is there any difference between GL and other submodules? So overall in finance module, we have the submodules like GL, APR, bank accounting, fixed asset and bank. So is there any difference between these subledger, sub-accounts or submodules, or all are same?
No, everyone is having different.
And AP, what we are going to do?
Accounts payable.
Accounts payable.
So here, what we are going to do?
accounts payable.
Accounts payable to automatic payment.
So here we are
Sales.
going to do the purchase activities. And
Vendor,
we are going
sir.
to dealing
Vendor
with the-
only
We are going to dealing with the
vendors.
Vendor.
vendors. So with vendors, what we are going to do? We are going to do the
Purchase. Purchase.
purchase activities. We are going to do the purchase
And
entry.
purchase entry.
Then
Payment.
we are going to see the
And vendor and receiver.
vendor reports. You want to see the
Okay.
reports or not? Only we are going to book the entries. The reports are also more important thing, right?
Yes.
So once you book the purchase entry, so we should able to get the vendor reports. Okay,
Like
then
agent
we are going to make a vendor
payment.
payment. Similarly, accounts receivable. So here we are going to dealing with the
Customer.
customers. What we are going to do?
Sales.
Sales entry.
We are going to do the sales activities. And as well as we want to see the
Customer report.
reports. Then,
Customer payment.
so we'll receive the customer receipts or customer collection. Or we can say customer incoming payment. Customer receipts. And similarly, fixed assets. Okay, before going to fixed assets, so we'll try to understand more detailed. So AP process and ER process. Okay, so here vendor reports also is more important. So why it is more important? So we are booking the purchase entry, sales entry. Then why we need to see the vendor reports?
To make the payments as per the outstandings, aging.
Okay, so generally any business, it is running with the credit basis, right?
Yeah.
So whenever you are purchase something from vendor or something from whenever you are doing the sales with the customers, so most of the cases we are going to do the credit based business. In very rare case we are going to do the cash business or immediate payment. So most of the cases what we are going to do, we are going to do the credit based business. Means we have the agreement with the vendors, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days payment terms. Even if you see, so everyone working people aware, so we are going to take the credit card. So banker is going to provide the credit cards, right? So what we are going to do, we are going to utilize the credit card for your purchase things day to day, and monthly they are going to generate the bill, and also after generate the bill also they will give the some time for the payment, 10 days or 50 days time for the payment, right? So what is mean by that? So credit days they are going to give the for payments, whatever we are going to do the credit card purchases, right? So as individual, so we are getting this kind of facilities from the market banker. So as a company, definitely it is very difficult to do the everyday basis cash payments or immediate payments. So every business, they will go with the credit base only. Even we are getting current bills, telephone bills, for postpaid connections. So company is going to give the some credit days for the payment, right? So every month first we will get the power bill. Then again, so this electricity people, Bescom people, what they will do? They will give 10 days or 15 days time for the payments, right? Similarly, here every business, it is running credit basis. Means, so when they are going to start the business with any vendors and customers, they will go for the one agreement. Okay, with vendors, how we are going to make a payment. Okay, some 30 days or 60 days, 90 days, like that, different business, they will go with the different credit days for the payments. Similarly, with customers also, we have the credit days. Okay. Then, so today you are going to book the vendor invoice. And when you are going to make a payment to that vendor, suppose I have agreement with one vendor, 30 days payment terms. Today I'm going to book the invoice. Okay, so date is 19/12/2021. Okay. 1 minute. Okay, so we are going to post the purchase entry today. So I have agreement with this vendor 30 days or 60 days payment terms. So today I'm going to book the invoice. Okay, so then like that every day. So we are going to book the hundreds of transactions, thousands of transactions with the different vendors. If you see the big organization, they are going to do the huge purchases with the different vendors every day across the India or across the global. Okay, then so for this invoice, if you go to see the reports or when you are booking the invoice, so what we are looking, what information we need. Today I'm going to book this invoice. So we should be able to get the when this invoice is the due, right? If you're able to get the invoice due date, then it is more easy for the payables, right? So even whatever credit card bill or telephone bill, postpaid connection or power bill we are getting. So in that bill we can observe, right? Bill generated date, bill cycle, and when is the due date for the payment. So then it is going to help to us. Okay, when you have to go and make a payment. Before that, okay, if you have the money, if you have the time, you can go and pay. But due date is the more important, right? If you exceed the due date, then it is applicable some charges, fine, all those things. So similarly here, so whatever agreement I have with vendor, so as per that, system should calculate the due date. And so you want to get this due date manually or you want to get automatically? So how we are looking? So you want to update this due date manual or you want to update automatically system? Which is the best way?
Automatic.
Manually. Okay. So if you go by manually, so some of the vendors I have 30 days payment terms, some of the vendors I have 60 days, some of the vendors I have 90 days. If all vendors, okay, 30 days means at least today I'm going to book the invoice. So I can do some manual calculation. This invoice is due on next month, 19th January 2022. We can do the manual calculation. Okay. Some of the vendors we have the 60 days. Then when is the due date? As per 60 days, February 19th is the due date. And some of the vendors we have the 90 days payment terms. When is the due date? March 19th. So like that, I have different vendor, different agreements. And also I'm going to book everyday basis, hundreds of invoices, thousands of invoices. If I go with manual, so it will take time or not? It is time taking activity or not?
Yes.
It
Yes,
is
sir.
time taking activity. Again, so if you go by manual, there are chances of mistakes or not?
Yes, sir. Some
Yes,
mistakes.
sir. Yes.
So many people are working in the invoicing processing, not a single person. If you think about big organization, not small organization. Across India, they have operations. Okay, so Bangalore 5 to 10 people are working in invoice processing. Hyderabad 5 to 10 people. Mumbai, like hundreds of people are working. Thousands of invoices they are booking per day. Then if you want to do the manual calculation, this
Very
time taking activity and as well as chances is their mistake. Okay, so that only every business, big organization, they are looking some automation system. Okay, and the automation also should be accuracy, not keep on mistakes. We should get the information, accuracy information, and through automation. Okay, so here I am looking this due date calculation automatically. I don't want to do the manual calculation of due date. Okay, and also here some challenges is there. Suppose we have December 31 days. Okay, if I do the manual calculation, generally everyone is going to do, okay, 19th December we are booking 30 days. Next month 19th we will put the due date. But December we have 31 days. So as per that, if you calculate 30 days due, it is January 18th is the due date, not 19th. Right? And again, if you see the February month, January also we have 31 days. Then when is the due date? February 17th is the due date as per my 30 days agreement. Right? And if it is 90 days payment terms, okay,
But
December
February you have
31
28 days, sir.
January we have 31 days, and when you come into February, we have 28 days.
That's why you will do that will come 19.
More, it will goes to some 21 like that. Okay, so these all are difficulties in the manual calculation of due date. Right? These are the difficulties. So that what we are looking? So we are looking through system automation. So in AP process and AR process, we can see the one concept, one object, payment terms. So in SAP, we'll configure the payment terms. There we are going to tell the system. So how many days you want to calculate the due? Okay, whether you want 30 days or 60 days, 90 days. So each agreement will configure one payment term in our SAP system. Then, so that payment terms, we are going to default to your vendors. Okay, so when you are going to start the business with the vendor, we have the agreement, right? So ABC vendor, I have 30 days payment terms. XYZ vendor, I have 60 days payment terms. This is fixed or it is going to vary each and every invoice?
Invoice wise is fixed, but business partner wise is different.
Why ABC vendor I am going to start the business? So when I am going to start the business, I will go for some agreement, right? This is not
Yes.
good. This is going to fix for next 1 year. Suppose some product we are going to discuss, some rates we are going to discuss. But few products, okay, depends on the market situation. It is going to change the rate every day. Some long-term business, if you observe, the product cost also it is fixed for 1 year. Okay, and payment terms also. Suppose who is this case? Someone is asking. It is going to vary each invoice wise. Raghu?
Invoice wise is not vary, sir. Business partner wise vary.
Business partner means who is vendor only, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I'm telling. So I have ABC vendor, XYZ vendor. So with the ABC vendor, I have the agreement to 30 days.
Yes.
So XYZ vendor, I have the agreement to 60 days.
Correct.
Okay, this is fixed, right, for all invoices. For ABC vendor, whatever purchases I'm going to do, it is fixed 30 days. And XYZ vendor, whatever purchases I'm going to do, it is fixed. Okay, so when you're booking the invoice, so just user is going to enter the invoice date. Then system should calculate automatically for ABC vendor 30 days and XYZ vendor 60 days. Then how system knows when I'm booking the ABC vendor is 30, XYZ vendor is 60?
We need to give the payment terms while
We
creating
need to give the payment terms when?
while creating the business partner or else
While
purchase.
creating the business partner. So we have to maintain one database for vendor and the customer. Whenever you are going to start the business, what we have to do? We have to maintain the database for the each vendor and customer. So in the database, you have to specify, okay, ABC vendor, we have the agreement 30 days. XYZ vendor, we have the agreement to 60 days. Okay, then automatically, whenever we are booking the invoice with particular ABC vendor, system is going to start the due date calculation automatically. Just one example I will show in system, we'll get the more clarity. Okay. So generally, whenever you are going to start the business with any vendor, for that vendor will maintain the database. Database nothing but, suppose as individual, generally suppose one small example, general example I will tell. So we'll go to bank. We are going to open the bank account. So whenever you will go to bank and you are trying to open the one bank account, saving account or something. So what banker will ask? What are the information he will ask? Some of the information is mandatory, right, to open the bank account. What are the information banker will ask?
Other card, PAN card.
Name, ID proofs,
Okay, ID proof.
Mobile number.
Okay, so PAN also important, right? Nowadays, mandatory. Aadhaar also
Phone number, email.
for
ID.
address. What else?
Phone number.
name, father's name.
Okay, so undo name, undo father's name, all it will come through your Aadhaar. Okay, date of birth.
Phone number.
So we'll get from this. Okay, PAN is mandatory, Aadhaar card is mandatory for address proof, and also naming conversion also as per Aadhaar and PAN only, they will give your bank account to name, right? And what else?
Photos.
Okay, photo.
Phone number, email ID.
Okay. Okay, these are the mandatory things, right? And phone number and email ID, is it mandatory or it is optional?
Optional. Phone number is mandatory. Email ID
Okay,
is
nowadays,
optional.
okay, even though if you don't have the phone number also, it will work. Okay, legally it is not much important. But why phone number and email ID is also banker is going to ask nowadays? What is the use?
Notification.
This is legal purpose. So without this information, banker will not open any bank account for any person. Even though your banker, your friend, relative, if you put some recommendation with the political people also, this is the mandatory thing for the banker. It is legal thing. But these things somehow we can manage. But even though this information, why banker is asking, what is the use? Is there any use or benefit for customer or banker?
To send SMS.
See, nowadays we are going to use net banking, all those things. When you are doing the net banking, okay, so we are getting the OTP, transaction ID, password, right? And if you want to generate OTP, your mobile number or email ID, we can have the option to select. This is more security purpose. Okay. It is more security purpose, right? It will help when you are doing the bank transactions.
Yes.
And also nowadays, so many apps came. Okay, mobile apps, Phone Pay, Google Pay, all these apps we can register with your mobile number. So it is more easier process. And also, what else? Something I missed out. Yeah, someone is depositing money in your account. So we'll get the notification message or not. That is also more important, right? So whenever you are getting the salary or someone is depositing the money, immediately will get the notification message. So these all are going to help to your day-to-day operations. Okay, these are the automations. So this is database for banker. So when you go to bank and when you are going to open the bank account, banker is going to create one account for you and he is going to maintain the all important database. This database, maybe some of the database only for information, some of the database it is more important for your day-to-day business activities. Okay, means your business day-to-day bank transactions, right? Similarly, here also in SAP also what we'll do, we'll maintain one database for each vendor and customer. ABC vendor will maintain one database. So in this database, what we are going to maintain? All key information, address, communication details, okay,
GSTIN.
bank details, communication details, bank details, and so whatever just now we are discussing one topic, important topic, that is
Yes.
payment to terms. So whenever I'm going to create the database for ABC vendor, so I have the agreement with this vendor 30 days payment terms. Okay, so if you maintain this 30 days payment terms in your system database, so I will show how it is going to help. Similarly, XYZ vendor also. So XYZ vendor, I have the 30 days agreement. Okay, so I will show in system how this database you can maintain, then how this database it is going to help while booking the vendor invoice. So I'm going to take one vendor example. So assume that I have one ABC vendor. So here I'm going to maintain address, communication details, all the key database. Okay, this is ABC vendor. So I'm going to maintain address for ABC vendor, and also we'll maintain the communication details for this ABC vendor. So telephone number, mobile number, fax number. So if you see olden days, some documents we are going to send through fax. Okay, and nowadays all us we are going to send through soft copies email. Okay, so earlier fax also it is more important. We are going to do the fax, and so ABC account something I'm going to maintain one email ID here. Okay, then you can go to next, and also I missed out something here. More important thing here, some legal data about vendor. Legal data about vendor means vendor GST number, right? This is also more important, legal information. So and as well as vendor PAN number. See, as individual, when you go to banker is going to ask this many legal information. Okay, person, Aadhaar, PAN, photo, all those things. So if you imagine about a business, big organizations, so they should maintain the all key information, all legal data. Okay, so otherwise it is audit question. Simply I can go and create ABC, XYZ vendor, fake vendors. I can do some fake business entries. I will show my company is running the good profitability. So nowadays we are seeing, right, some manipulations in the market. After GST, so many things it is controlled. Even after GST also, we are seeing some fraud. Okay, these all are more important for the audit. So if you don't have some proper legal information, so auditor will treat as it is fake vendor, fake to customer. You are doing some fake business. Okay, something you are doing the manipulation in your accounting. So for that, GST numbers is more important now. Okay, so when you're month ending, when you're doing the GST filing, all those things. So if you are trying to give any duplicate GST number, system will throw the error. We are going to upload the all purchase and sales information in the GST portal, right? Month ending. So system is going to validate as per GST number. And the GST number also, when you are doing the filing month ending, I have 1,000 vendors and 5,000 customers. Is it possible to go and update manually?
No.
So then how will get this all GST information? Should get from through system only. If you want to get this information through system, you have to maintain in your database, right?
Yeah.
So GST number we can maintain. So before GST we have VAT, right? So earlier we are going to use the VAT registration number. Some other countries they have the different two registrations. Okay, so all legal related information we can maintain here. See, different fields is the tax number 1, 2, 3 field. So for India GST number we can use this field. So SAP will tell which field is the unique field for GST number maintenance and which is the unique field for the VAT registration. Simply I cannot go and maintain whatever field is available, whatever information I want to put. Even if you want to go to bank to open the bank account, they will give the application, right? So they will mention clearly the fields, columns. These are the fields mandatory, this information. If you try to give some, whatever field is free field is available, if you go and enter the data, so bank system will not accept. Similarly, here also, this is also an application. So we have to maintain proper data, proper fields. So we can go to next.
Fiscal address?
Sorry?
Fiscal address.
Yeah, fiscal address is I shown in the first screen. This is.
No. Here it is showing.
This is the address.
Street
Right?
address. Fiscal. No, sir. Next screen. You just go to next screen.
Okay.
Yeah, here tax number 4. Below the tax number 4. Fiscal address. Yeah. Yes.
This is, I'm not sure what purpose we can use. See, some of the data, it is relevant to country specific also. Okay, SAP, the product application is defined. So keep in mind, okay, global wise information. Global wise, we can use this SAP application. So for India, after GST, this is newly introduced field. Before GST, this field is not available in SAP application. We are going to use this field. Okay, like that, these are the tax, other fields also we are going to use for different countries. And fiscal address, I'm not sure what is the use. So actually, when you go to list also, it is showing again.
Fiscal year will maintain like that.
1 minute. Again, it is picking. Can maintain any. Okay, maybe alternative address purpose we can use it. Suppose some vendor they have the multiple locations, right? Different addresses, registered address. So maybe that case we can use this.
Fiscal year is called actually.
That is different. Fiscal year.
Yeah.
That
so
is
it may be
concept.
fiscal address.
No. Fiscal address and fiscal year, there is no relevant. There is no relation. That is financial year. Fiscal year is nothing but financial year. So in SAP, we are going to call it as a terminology fiscal year. Okay, that concept is different. And here we have the tab, one tab here we can go on to maintain. So all other registered registration numbers. So before GST, we have the exchange duty in India. So we can maintain here exchange registration number, exchange range, exchange division. Okay. And here we have the another tab. Here we can maintain your vendor PAN number. Okay. You can maintain vendor PAN number. So, and before GST, we have so many other taxes in India. We have service tax also, right? We have CST, we have service tax, we have excise duty. And here we can maintain TDS related. For TDS filing, PAN number is more important, right? Suppose something you are going to purchase from your vendor, some service purchases. On service purchases, what is applicable? GST or TDS?
TDS.
TDS. Then, so for month of December, we are going to do the some service purchase from ABC vendor. Then after that, what we have to do, whatever TDS we are going to deduct for ABC vendor, we have to file the TDS, we have to pay the TDS amount to government, right? We have to pay the TDS to government, right?
Yes, sir.
Against what we can pay?
PAN number.
Against what we can pay? The particular
Against
vendor
to PAN
PAN number. Right? So similarly, employees, we are getting the salaries. So company is going to deduct the TDS. Yesterday we discussed, right? So employee gross salary 50,000. Okay. So some other deductions is there, PF, TDS. Then whatever TDS is deducted by the company. So what they will do? They are going to pay to government against employee PAN number. Similarly, employee is the internal employee. Okay. So vendor is the third party. So third party, whatever service you are getting also, on that we are going to deduct the TDS and we are going to pay the TDS to government against vendor PAN number. So then again, from where we can pick this PAN number, all those things when you are filing the TDS? From vendor master. When you are filing the GST returns, we are picking the GST number from vendor master. Okay. And also any exemptions is there. Suppose I am going to get some service from a vendor, small company or individuals also we can get. Okay. So if the company is a startup company, they don't have much income. So what they can do, they can go to government, they can get the low income certificate. Okay. They will get the low income certificate. So then accordingly, we have to maintain some exemptions. Means we are going to tell the system should not calculate TDS on full amount. Okay. We want to calculate TDS amount on 50%. And also that government will give the tax exemption certificate also certain period of time, right? Not for lifetime. So this is my startup company. This year I'm going to start. So I will go to so we can get the tax exemption certificate from government for this financial year. Okay. So it depends on your current year turnover income. Then next year we can go and again get the tax exemption. Suppose if this year also we are getting the low income, then again for next financial year we can go and get the another tax exemption number from the government. So this kind of other legal information, this is also more important for TDS calculation. And also we can tell to auditor also because of this reason. So this vendor got the low TDS income certificate. We are going to deduct the low TDS amount or zero TDS. This kind of all legal information we can maintain. And also this is going to help to you for automatic calculation of TDS. That is also more important. So whatever exemption period I am going to mention, this period of time, what system will do? It will avoid the TDS calculation. And after that, again, it will start the TDS calculation. Okay. And other GST related. So here GST class we can mention like registered vendor, non-registered vendor. Suppose some of the vendor, they don't have the registration, the GST registration. Then we can tell the system, this vendor is not GST registered. Okay. And some of the vendors, they have registration at SEZ zones. You people are aware, right? Special economic zone, SEZ zones. Means in this zone, we have the tax exemption. Okay, so we'll discuss when you go to part of subject detailed tax. We have one topic, right? So there we'll discuss what is SEZ zone, what is non-SEZ zone. Okay, so SEZ zone, so it is applicable zero taxes. Non-SEZ zone, it is applicable regular taxes. Okay, and as well as here we are going to specify the vendor bank details. What is the use of this bank details? ABC vendor, I'm going to maintain the database. So what is the use of this bank details to maintenance in your database?
For payment
To
purpose.
make the automatic.
For payment purpose, sir.
Payment. So here after due date, so we are going to make a payment to your vendor, right? So payment, it can be check. We can do the check payment or we can do the transfer payment also, right? If you want to do the check payment, so vendor bank details is not necessary. If you want to do the transfer payment,
We want to require for
what we require? Vendor bank
Bank
details
details.
is more important. Vendor bank account number, IFSC code, okay, and the name of the vendor. Beneficiary name. So for transfer payment, this is more important. And today I'm going to do the 100 payments, 100 vendors. All vendors I want to do the transfer payment. Then how I can get the bank details? Is it possible to go and enter one by one vendor bank details manually?
No, sir.
I want to do the today 100 payments, 100 vendors. So is it possible to go and enter each vendor wise bank details manually?
No, sir.
No, it is difficult. And if you, okay, you can do, it is doable, but you have the challenges. It is going to take huge time, and also chances is there mistake, and also this is very sensitive data. And background noise is coming, someone put in mute.
Sir, something.
I think Divya. No, someone HP. Okay, so if you want to do the transfer payment, so it is very difficult to enter manually all vendor bank details. Okay, if you do also, chances is the risk. Okay, so like that we can try to understand each and every concept. What is the advantage of SAP? Okay, this kind of features is not available other ERPs like Tally, maybe some other systems. But SAP is the more secured system. We can maintain all required database in the system. Then this all information we are going to utilize for the your day-to-day business operations. Okay, instead of manual, so we are going to get the all data from system itself. Okay, so we can maintain account holder name. Okay, so what are the key information is required for transfer payment? So account holder name, bank account number, IFSC code. If any additional details is required, so we can get it from here. So bank name, address, street, branch, if it required more details. But these three is the key information we require for the any transfer payments. Okay, and here there are multiple columns. What is the use? In case if your vendor having the multiple bank accounts, sometimes your vendor is going to tell, okay, so I want to transfer the funds to another account, or else if you have any technical issue with this bank, so we should have the alternative bank, right? So what we can do, we can utilize the another row for alternative bank details. Okay, we can go to like this. I will come back to this field. So we are talking about this. So while creating vendor master data, so I'm going to specify whatever agreement I have with this vendor, 30 days payment terms or 60 days payment terms. So assume that ABC vendor, I have 30 days agreement. Then, so I will maintain database with this ABC vendor 30 days. I'm going to save it. Similarly, we'll see XYZ vendor. This is XYZ vendor. XYZ vendor also I maintained all information, GST, bank details. So assume that this vendor I have 60 days payment terms. I will maintain like this. Okay, just I will show one purchase entry. This vendor, ABC vendor, we'll see. So I'm going to select the vendor, ABC vendor. Today I'm going to post the vendor invoice. Test payment terms. Just I given the vendor code here. So I'm going to specify the date of whatever date we are going to post invoice. So we can observe so much information system is picking from backend. See, when you go to log into net banking also, just you are going to enter your customer ID and password. Okay, so once you log into net banking, we can see the so much information about you. Your bank details, whatever you mapped, the email ID, address, Aadhaar number, everything we can get in our database or not. See here also, just I enter my vendor code. See, system is picking your vendor address, communication details, and also whatever bank details you maintained in your database. Okay, this is also more important. So when you are booking the invoice payments, so this bank details is more important. And also we can see, and what is the main objective of what we are going to discuss. So today just I'm going to enter the whatever day I'm going to book the invoice. But what we are expecting from system, so system should give me the when is this invoice having the due date for this vendor. Okay, then it is more helpful for me, my payments. Okay, so as per due date only, we'll plan for the payments. We have to arrange the budget also. If we have the huge payment, so we have to check, right? Tomorrow or day after tomorrow, I have these many payments. So today itself, I have to plan for the budget availability in my bank account. Accordingly, we'll process the payments. See, if you click on the other tab, payment tab. So here we can see how system is going to pick your payment terms. Okay, I maintain my database. So that payment terms, it is picking automatically. And also system is going to do the due date calculation. What system is doing? System is doing the automatically due date calculation.
Due date calculation.
Then it is more important, right? More easy, right? If you go by manual, how much difficulty? If it is one vendor or two vendors, okay. If you have the 30 days payment terms agreement, okay, we can do somehow manual. But if you have like this big organization, 100 vendors, 1000 vendors, while booking the invoice, we cannot recollect, right? For this vendor, whether we have 30 days payment terms or 60 days or 90 days. First, that is the challenge. For this particular vendor, what agreement we have. Then again, as per agreement, we have to do the calculation. So chances is there mistakes. First of all, it is huge time taking activity. Okay. See how system is going to give the due date automatically. And also, generally I have 30 days agreement with this vendor. Okay. In case, if you are going to make any early payments, some vendors, they are going to give the cash discount. Okay. I have general agreement 30 days. As per that, I have to pay on January 18th. But so what vendor is telling, suppose if you are ready to pay early within 10 days. So vendor is telling that I will give 5% cash discount. Okay. So or else if you are going to pay within the 20 days, I will give the 2% cash discount. So these kind of calculations also system will do automatically. We can tell the system whatever cash discount is applicable, when it is applicable. So everything we can configure in this payment terms. See, and our job is as a consultant. Yesterday also someone is asked, okay, what is the use of this course? Okay, these are the invoice booking, all our front-end user activities. Daily basis, so many users, they are going to book the invoices. For user process, we have to bring the so many automations. Okay, So our background job is so where we can configure these payment terms. Okay, and how to tell the system. Okay, system should calculate the due dates, and we have to tell any cash discount is applicable for their business. Okay, this all are we can do the backend configuration in the SAP system. See, backend, what we'll do? We'll configure the payment terms here. See here, I configure these payment terms. Here I specified system should calculate the due date from my document date, and also here I specified 30 days I don't have any cash discount. For 20 days I have 2% cash discount. 10 days I have the 5% cash discount. Okay. Similarly, other payment terms also we can configure 60 days, 90 days. This is our core job in backend as a consultant. So whatever course we are going to learn. So like this, these are the backend configuration settings in the system. So front end, user process. Okay, we should know for this process, user process, whatever business is looking automations. So we have to configure backend system. Okay, so I'm going to configure like this. So here I'm going to enter my purchase account. Suppose 1 lakh, I'm going to do the purchase entry. What is accounting entry? Vendor purchase invoice.
Bank GL account data to vendor account.
What is accounting entry? Purchase.
Purchase account data to vendor account.
What is accounting entry?
Purchase account debit, GST account debit to creditor.
Purchase account. Purchase account debit. Okay.
GST.
Suppose I'm going to post 1 lakh purchase entry.
CGST or GST.
To vendor account.
If it is general entry, yesterday we discussed purchase will debit and credit what?
Vendor account.
ABC vendor account. Credit. How much? 1 lakh. Okay, this is general entry. So everyone aware? Every purchase and sales, we have the most of the cases. Okay, taxes. Maybe some of the purchases we have the zero tax. Okay, but every purchase and sales tax is relevant, tax is applicable. But maybe some of the products it can be 0% tax. Some of the product it can be 5% tax, 12%, 18, and 28. So we have these are the GST slabs, right? What are the GST rates we have?
5 slabs.
We have 0%.
5,
5%. We have 12%.
18 and 28.
18 and
28.
So these are the GST rates is applicable for India, both purchase and sales. Okay. Then if it is zero tax means okay. Even though if you go and try to calculate the taxes also, system will give the end result is accounting entry will be purchase account debit 1 lakh and credit will be 1 lakh. Okay. If any GST is applicable, some percentages, then what is accounting entry? Suppose GST 5% is applicable, then what is accounting entry? On purchase, purchase amount, how to calculate the tax. Now again, tax, we have different tax conditions is applicable. CGST, HGST, IGST, UGST. Okay, suppose assume that this purchases belongs to state purchases, then it is applicable. What are the GSTs?
CGST, SCST.
CGST. CGST as well as
GST.
it is taxes, so it is going to debit. So simple terminology, we can say tax is going to add to your
Vendor.
purchase value. On purchases, we are going to calculate always taxes. So means on purchase value, your taxes is going to add. And what is that your vendor payable amount now? So on 1 lakh, 5% is the GST. So this 5% it will goes to 2.5% CGST and 2.5% HGST. Means 50% CGST, 50% HGST. So then what is the amount, tax amount here? 2,500 CGST, 2,500 HGST. And what is the total payable to your vendor now?
1 lakh 5,000.
1,05,000.
1,05,000. And if tax is applicable 12%,
6,000.
6,000.
6,000 is total 12%. 12%. Then what is our vendor payable amount now? 1,12,000. Tax is applicable 18%.
9,000.
So this 18,000 should goes to 9,000 CGST, 9,000 HGST. Then
1 lakh 18,000.
1,18,000 is the vendor payable. Okay.
1 lakh 14,000.
28, 14,000 it will goes to CGST. Another 14,000 HGST. Then here total
1,28,000.
So this is the way sister should give the accounting entry. Then this tax calculation, how you want? You want to do the manual calculation or you want automation?
Want to automation.
Okay, we are looking automation of tax calculation. And what about GLs? Whatever tax we are calculating, the tax amount should goes to specific to GL account, right? You want to post the GL account, separate GL account, or you don't want to post?
You want to separate?
GL account, sir, separately.
Okay, you want to post this tax amount to separate GL accounts. So this all we are looking automation. The calculation we are looking automation, the GL picking automation we are looking, and also the GL account also we are looking whether it is debit entry, credit entry. Okay.
Yeah.
So why we are looking at this all automations?
And going to automatically.
Again, first thing is
Maybe a manual
time saving.
Time saving and reducing the errors.
Second thing, we are getting the accuracy calculations. If you go by manual calculation, again chances is there mistake.
Wrong.
Okay. And third thing, while selecting the GL account, suppose if you go by manual GL account selection, so again chances is there go and select the wrong GL account. And the chances is there select debit or credit. See, suppose if I'm going to recruit one year experience guy. Okay, so they don't know much about taxation, right? They know basic accounting. If I try to recruit one person for my invoicing processing, if the guy having 1 year experience, he don't know much about taxation calculations, whether debit or credit. Okay, basic accounting, you know. Okay, if I want to one person know the entire taxation, he can able to do individually, means minimum we required 2 years or 3 years experience guy. Then it is very difficult to get the 3 years, 4 years experience guy, right, to booking one invoice. Okay, so if I want to give the chance to juniors, or with juniors means we are getting the very less package, right, very less salary. So it is going to save the money for management or not? Even 1 year experience guy also, they can able to do this invoice processing because of everything system is going to take care back end. Just he's going to cross verify the values. Okay. And also we are going to do the so much time saving. And we are able to get the accuracy data. And even 1 year, 2 years experience guy also easily can handle this invoice processing without any mistakes. Okay, money saving, time saving, and we are able to get the accuracy data. Okay, so for that, what we are looking all these means auto calculations from through system. So for that, we required SAP system, we required one SAP consultant. So who will do this all backend configurations, backend setups. See, now we'll see this invoice. Now we are seeing one automation, how your payment terms it is going to help for the due date calculation. And also we can see later how your cash discounts it is going to help. So one more thing we'll see. Now see. So here I entered my purchase GL account. So purchase is the debit, right? I entered 1 lakh amount. Okay. So if you don't have any taxes, we can enter vendor column also 1 lakh. And if you try to simulate this accounting entry, so what is the accounting entry we are seeing? Purchase account, debit, and ABC vendor account credit. So which one is debit, which one is credit? How we can tell? See here, whatever amount column we have the negative sign, this is credit entry.
Yes.
If you don't have any sign, that is debit entry.
Okay.
Okay, as of now, understand. So if you have any negative sign, that is credit. So if you don't have any sign, it is debit. Okay. Now, the same purchase, if it is taxes is applicable. So what user can do? Just he will go on to select one tax code here. Okay. So backend will configure this all tax code. I will show. First, we will see the front end calculations, how system will works. Then I will show where it is configured. So user is going to post one purchase entry. So in that invoice copy, we'll get the invoice copy, right? So in that invoice copy, it is showing 5% tax. In that 5%, CGST 2.5% and another 2.5% SGST. Then what user can do, even 1 year guy or even fresher also. If you do the proper training, fresher also, you can able to post this invoice, right? So I will tell to him, so select the tax code X1. And also you can see the description clearly it is mentioned, 2.5% CGST, 2.5% SGST. He will choose the tax code. Okay, then I will tell to user, click on calculate taxes. Then now we can see earlier how much is coming this amount, 1 lakh. Now how much it is coming? 1,05,000. System is going to do the tax calculations backend. And also we can see what is the input CGST amount, what is the, here we have the one tab tax. You can click on this tax. Here we can see the what is the tax amount. Okay, we can see the tax amount. Now, so vendor payable amount is 1,05,000, right? So first we'll enter the purchase line item and we'll select the tax code and we are going to tell the system we are going to calculate the taxes. Then system will give the what is the payable amount to your vendor. So system is going to add on your purchase value taxes and it will give the what is the payable amount to your vendor. Then that payable amount we can enter here. Okay, now we can see the before saving itself, before save the document, we can see the whether system is giving the correct tax calculations and correct GL accounts or not. Okay, before save the document itself, we can see the all calculations. Then we'll, if everything is fine, we can continue. If something is wrong, we'll inform to the consultant. See what it is coming. See, this is your purchase 1 lakh. On purchase, system is going to calculate the 2,500 input CGST and as well as input HGST also 2,500, and total vendor payable is 1,05,000. Okay.
Sir, if it is service vendor means we need to deduct TDS amount, right?
Yes, I will come to that part. Okay. So any service purchases. Okay, I will tell the another accounting entry. Suppose if you are going to purchase any service.
Sir, one more doubt. Instead of company code, we can't search with company name, sir.
No. So company name means it is, I will tell the challenges. Okay. See, if you see any company employee ID. So why companies is going to provide the employee ID?
The same
Is the
name.
number of
Instead of name, why they are going to give the employee code for any your employee?
is the number
To
of
maintain unique database.
Huh?
Unique database of a employee.
That is unique identification for employee. Suppose if you see in this batch 2-3 Rajshekhars is there. How I can identify which Rajshekhar? If I follow the one code concept, it is more unique identification for particular Rajshekhar, right? Particular person. So if it is see the big organization, thousands of employees is there, so many Rajshekhars is there, so many Ashoks is there, so many Suresh is there. So how we can identify that particular employee? Based on the employee ID, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
here also, to avoid the naming conversion, some confusions. Okay, so every object we are going to create the unique identification code. While posting the entry also, we are going to select the unique identification code only. Backend this unique identification code having the all your registered company information. Okay.
But when we are receiving time from vendor investors, they mention only the company name only, sir.
Yes, company name only.
But
Company
we
name
will
only. See here, you want to select your vendor name, right? You are looking vendor name here. So what I'm telling, so similar naming conversions. Okay, thousands of vendors is the market. Okay, so I will get the name. See here, you don't know the code for that vendor. What we can do? We can go to list here. Okay, we can give here keyword search. If you give the keyword search, system will give the complete name of your vendor.
Okay.
Okay, and
Okay.
even so advanced version of SAP S/4HANA, here itself name we can search. From ABC to search, system will give the list of vendors names with ABC. ABC Infra, ABC Technologies, ABC, okay, some other services like that. ABC itself, they have multiple registered companies. Like if you see the Reliance, Tata, there are so many registered companies, right? Tata Motors, Tata Steel, Tata Consultancy, Tata Power, Tata Capital. There are so many registered companies, right? Similarly, my vendors also, they have so many different business, they have the different registration. Okay, just if I give the keyword ABC, it will give the list of registered names. So latest version of HANA, we can able to search here itself. Just we can give the ABC name. It will come. So as of now, old version of SAP, we can go to list here, search button, and we can type your keyword here, like your ABC star. ABC star. If I give like example, private. There are so many companies, they have the private limited, right? So we'll get the, okay. So we'll get so many private limited search. Okay. The keyword, so we are going to use for search.
Sir, if the vendor is multiple, say, for example, ABC is for 2-3 vendors, how we came to know, sir? From which vendor the exact code vendor number?
See,
While issuing the invoice, will they mention the vendor
invoice
code
copy
or,
will get, right?
Yes, sir.
Proper naming conversion, suppose ABC Infra Private Limited, you are getting the some
Yeah.
invoice.
Okay.
So other invoice you are getting the ABC Technologies.
Okay. Okay.
So in that invoice copy we have clearly, because of that is separate registered company.
Okay.
My vendor also having the separate registered company, infra separate, technologies is separate, some other services, hospitality, like that they have separate registration. So in my books
Okay.
also, I will create separate registration code. So just now I shown, right, where we can maintain the database. This is just ABC Private Limited. I configured one code. So similarly, I will create one more database for ABC Infra. Okay. Then
Okay.
here search will get the all list of ABC.
Okay. Sir. Got it. Thank you.
See, just user is going to select the tax code. Suppose if this tax is applicable 12%, just user select the X2 tax code. Okay, then system should calculate on 1,12,000. See, just user is going to change the tax code here as per your purchase invoice. So user no need to do much calculations, all those things. System will take care all calculation part. Now we can see the accounting.
But
6,000.
I need to enter the manual.
Which one? Tax code?
Why need to annual amount, sir?
Where here?
Uh,
This one we have to select manual. Okay, so purchase we are going to enter manual. So we can see other automations when you go to integration. Okay. When you go to end-to-end automation, we can see we no need to enter the.
Okay.
When you go to integration, so we no need to enter here the purchase amount also manually. This purchase amount should come automatically.
There is a possible to.
Sorry.
There will possible to enter wrong amount also, sir.
That's why.
If you enter the manual amount.
That's why I am trying to tell. When you go to integration, we'll see the end-to-end automation. Okay. So what will happen? This amount to when you are booking the invoice also, I don't want to enter manually amount 1 lakh rupee. This 1 lakh rupee also should come from your process. People, what they are going to do? Yesterday I told, right? They are going to they are going to procure the materials, right? So they are going to specify whatever material they are going to procure, for how much quantity they are going to procure, what is the rate for that material. Okay. So they are going to specify all those things, people. Then system is going to generate one number for that is called as a purchase order number. So we will start the procurement process, people, right?
Okay, sir.
So those people, what they will do? They will create one purchase order. In that purchase order, they are going to specify what material they are going to purchase, how much quantity they are going to purchase. Suppose raw material 1 I am going to purchase, 100 quantity I am going to purchase. Assume that the material cost is 1,000 rupees. Then system is going to calculate what is the purchase value, 1 lakh rupee. Okay. So for that, system is going to generate the one order number. Just I'm going to use that order number as a reference here while booking invoice. Just I'm going to enter that order number as a reference. Then system should show me what is your purchase value. Okay. We'll see that end-to-end automation. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So now system is going to calculate the 1,12,000. So the 12,000 again it is going to split CGST 6,000, SGST 6,000. So this is front-end operations end users they are going to do. So our job is where we configure these tax codes. Okay. So tax is country specific activity or it is generic for global?
Country specific.
It is country specific. So you should aware these things also. Whatever taxes you are going to configure, whether it is for India or whether it is for US or any other country. So country specific, these are the activities, legal activities. So here I configure tax code. So here what we will do, we are going to configure the tax procedure. So in this tax procedure, we are going to tell what are the taxes is applicable for India. Okay. So what are the taxes is applicable for India, we have to configure. So in that particular tax code, whatever taxes you want to calculate, we have to maintain against that tax condition. See, this tax code I'm going to configure to calculate only input CGST, HGST. See, for that, we are going to maintain the condition types. Okay, this tax code should calculate only input CGST and HGST. Other taxes should not calculate. See, other conditions, what we maintain, all are blank. Okay, then system will understand this tax code only applicable for CGST, HGST. Okay, so I want to calculate other tax. Suppose I'm going to configure one tax code for output CGST, HGST. Now, against which tax condition we have to maintain the tax rates? So this is, I'm going to create Y2 tax code. So what I mentioned here, I want to 2.5% output CGST calculation and another 2.5 output SGST calculation. Now here, which condition is applicable? See here, we have output CGST, HGST separate to tax conditions. Here we have to maintain the 2.5. Okay, for input CGST case, where I maintained tax rates here, these columns. For output, I'm going to maintain these conditions. Okay, so we are going to tell this code should only work for output CGST and GST. Okay, and how system will understand? See, if you enter the some tax rate, so automatically see these two conditions, it is activated. See the difference color is there, blue font. Why it is coming blue font? So that the tax condition we are going to activate. Once we enter the tax percentage, automatically system will activate that condition. Okay, this is the way we can configure our tax codes. Okay, so that it is coming your tax calculations and tax GL account here. I'm not going to save this. If you want, you can save it. Okay, I'm going back. This is the tax code I configured here. I specified my tax rates. And also, okay, this is going to help to calculate your tax, to get the tax amount. Then what about GL account? I want to get this GL account automatically, right? Somewhere we have to map these GLs also for automatic posting. See, here we can see the tax GLs. See? Here, what is the GL account I mapped? 1,50,000, 1,50,001. What is the GL account picking for input CGST? 1,50,000, right? And for input HGST also, it is picking 1,50,000 one GL account. Okay, system is calculating the tax and it is getting the tax value, and also the tax value system is trying to post to the respective GL account. So this is our core job, part of our course. Whatever course we are going to learn. So front end, we should know end-to-end accounting, and as well as how to get this accounting through system auto calculations, auto mapping of GL account. I think yesterday, Divya, you asked one question, right? Hello, Divya? Divya only, right? Ask this question. Okay. So, and someone is asked what about if you are going to do any service purchases. Okay, on service purchases, what is applicable? TDS. So TDS generally we are going to less from your purchase. Suppose I'm going to do some service purchases 1 lakh. So on that we are going to calculate the GST. Then your vendor payable amount is 1,05,000. Assume that this purchase belongs to some service purchase, some contract service I'm going to take, some electrical work or plumbing work. So if you see big construction companies, so what they're going to do, some portion of work they will give to third party, right? Some electrical work or painting work or plumbing work, woodwork, designing work, this kind of some small portion of work they will give to some other third party. Okay, so third party, they are going to provide the contract service, assume that some woodwork services. So for that, we have the TDS sections. So contract service, what is the section is applicable? 194C. Okay. It is the 2%. So TDS always you are going to deduct from your purchase. Like employee salary, gross salary is 50,000. Yesterday, what we did, what we see, we are going to deduct the TDS and we are going to pay the net salary to employee 45,000. Similarly, whatever service I'm getting from third party, so on that service, we are going to deduct the TDS. So means less from your purchase. Direct tax, what is happening? It is going to add to your purchase. And whereas TDS, we are going to deduct minusing. Okay, now tell me what is the vendor payable amount. So 1 lakh is the purchase, on that taxes is going to add indirect taxes, and direct tax is going to deduct how much? 2% TDS. Then how much?
2,000.
Is minus. You see the total also. Okay.
3,000.
How much is the payable amount to your vendor now?
1,03,000.
1,03,000. So we are going to deduct the TDS. Similarly, all cases like this only, minus 2,000. Becomes a 1,10,000. This becomes a 1,60,000. This becomes a 1,46,000 is the payable amount. Okay, so one additional line will come into picture if any service purchases. Okay, on service purchases, if TDS is applicable. So this is the accounting entry. See here we are seeing the two important automations. One is the due date calculation and as well as how system is going to calculate the taxes. So TDS also we can see, but as of now system is not configured. This practice system, whatever I am trying to explain. Okay, so maybe tomorrow session somewhere I can explain that also, TDS part. Okay, we can post this entry. See, one document was posted. Similarly, if I select the XYZ vendor, so XYZ vendor, so what is the payment terms we maintain? 30 days or 60 days? 60 days, right? So if you see here, payment tab, we can see how system is going to calculate the due date. So it is picking 60 days payment terms and it is giving the due date February 17th. Okay, previous one ABC vendor, it is calculating 30 days. And it is giving the due date January 18th. But this is calculating 60 days. It is coming so that February 17th. See, it is more easy for the invoicing team. You no need to remember ABC vendor which payment I was having. Okay, and when is the due date? So all system will take care. So that is the advantage of your database. UK, I don't know whether it is configured. Cannot configured. UK means I think correct. European Union you are talking. European Union. Like US also. United States means it will come multiple countries.
All the states, it is considered as state in one country. UK is not one country, it is association of 17 different countries.
Right. So see, in that case, what you can do, we can configure the one procedure only. We can assign to multiple countries.
So that is why I wanted to check if it is taking UK, then we can do it as UK only. If it is not taking UK, then we have to take every single country.
Think it will come. UK means Germany is there.
Currency is same.
Currency not a matter. Currency don't compare with tax and currency. Don't compare currency and tax. Okay. INR not only India, other countries also is there. Pakistan also INR is there. But maybe the taxation can be different. Okay.
By configuration, will it take UK or we have to type in single country?
You can check what is the country code they have. UK country itself not there. UK means it will come. Wait. Maybe practice system we have some challenges. We'll see office system. UA, UV, UZ. We'll see European countries, UE, something. GB, no? This is Great Britain, British. So we have separate. Germany is there. Oh. So Britain is there. France somewhere is there. So these all are comes Germany. It will come European Union. Okay, this will comes France also. It will comes European Union. Okay, Italy also comes under European Union. Italy. Okay, this country specific. If the tax suppose same, then same procedure we can map. So whatever tax procedure we are going to configure, we'll map the country, right? There, suppose if it is same tax is applicable, go and assign the same procedure.
Since people call it as UK, should we consider just UK or like every 17 countries are? We have to create all 17 countries different tax.
That's why as a procedure you can use same procedure for all countries. The concept is same, means same GST, same conditions is applicable. Then the procedure we can map to all countries. Correct. So here we are going to map, right? OBBC. Here, whatever tax procedure we configured, okay, suppose it is applicable for all countries. Okay, here map. Suppose the same tax procedure applicable for France. Okay, we can map the same procedure for all countries. Okay. See, system is going to calculate how system is going to calculate automatically what payment terms. And for this also, again, we can see the tax calculations. Already 11:30. Time is running. Okay, so system is going to calculate for this XYZ vendor. We'll go and post the purchase entry like this. Then, so these vendors, we have the 30 days, 60 days agreement, right? So like this, every day we are booking so many entries. Then we should able to get the report also, right? What are the invoices? What are the vendors? When is the due date? We should able to get the report or not? You want to see the report or not? Now we posted invoice.
Yes, quite.
For ABC vendor, we posted one invoice, and XYZ vendor also we posted one invoice. So we maintain different payment terms. And we want to see the report, right? For this invoice, when is the due date? So if you go to report also, if you want to see the report to one by one vendor, we can give the here one single vendor code. Okay. And if you want to see the multiple vendor code, and someone is asked one question. So why we are using the codes? Is it possible to select the name? See, if I want to see the multiple vendors report at a time, 2-3 vendors. If I follow the naming conversion, name it can be different alphabetic series. Is it possible to give here multiple vendor names range? It is difficult. So if we have the unique code for one sequence code for that vendors, then we can able to give the multiple codes here. Okay. Similarly, company code also. See, just now we posted one vendor invoice. This is the invoice, right? This is the invoice we posted, right? So it is posted when 19th of December. Then in report also we can able to see the when is the due date for this invoice. What it is showing in report? What is the payment terms we are using for this vendor and when is the due date? Okay. And what is the payable amount? 1 lakh or 1,12,000, including taxes we have to pay to vendor, right? So similarly, what is the total payable to this vendor? So earlier I posted some invoices. Altogether, how much is the payable to this vendor? 7,56,000. And see other invoices, it is when is the due? January 9th. This invoice, when is the due? It is January 18th. So this all invoices, we are going to make a payment on January 9th After that, we have only this invoice is the due. So like that, we should able to get the each invoice wise, what is the payable amount, when is the when is the due date. Accordingly, we can plan for the payments. We can do the payment also. If this is the second vendor, XYZ vendor also. See, just now we posted only one invoice we have. And when is this invoice due? 17th February. So like that, if you have 100 vendors, 1000 vendors also, we can able to get the report. And what we can do, suppose I posted long back few invoices. In those invoices, assume that today is the due date. What we can do? We can go and filter here due date. Okay, I can tell the system 19 to 12. What are the invoices having the due? So in this case, it is showing the 0 result. Okay, means today date there is no invoice due. If I have any invoice due, I will get that invoice. Just testing purpose, what I will do, I will try to create one invoice today due. Okay, I did some changes. Now we can see one invoice is the due today. Just what I did, some backend calculations I changed. Now what it is showing system, one invoice is due today. So in total outstanding payable, how much it is showing? But both vendors 6,81,000. But today I want to check what are the invoices have the due. Accordingly, I have to plan for my payment. Right? So then what I can do, I will go to this report. I can filter with my due date. Select that line and go to filter here. Look like one Excel. Excel also generally we are going to do, right? But instead of doing something in one ERP system, something in one Excel, so everything we can able to get through SAP system. Now I can give the today date. Okay. Now what we are getting? We are getting one record. This is the due, 1,05,000. Okay. So this is the way we can plan for the payment.
Sir, this can be extracted to some PDF for Excel or how, sir?
Not Excel we can extract, not PDF.
Okay, in that also the code will show like this, or it will show from 30 days to 60 days like that format it will show also.
Yes, I will export to into Excel. Suppose you want to send this information to your management.
Yeah.
Okay, or else you want to send this information to payment team. Okay, some people only responsible for our payment. So what are the invoices having the due today? So they will give to some other person this assignment. So
Yes,
that
sir.
person, what he will do, he will go to this report and he is going to filter the data and he is going to send to the payment team.
Okay.
So the manager is going to take the payment responsibility. So you don't want to go to system, check the all details. Okay, you want just today send me the list. What are the invoices having the payment?
Yes,
So that case, what we can do, we can export this data in Excel. We can send. We can export. See, this is the report in Excel we'll get.
Okay.
This first 5 invoices is belongs to ABC vendor. Okay, then next one, this is belongs to XYZ vendor. So here we can see vendor wise totals also.
Okay.
So these are the invoices, ABC vendor total. This is the XYZ vendor. And what is the overall total payable? Okay, so here also we can do the filter with the due date. Okay, so we have the option to go for due date to date wise filter, and also here we have the symbols. Okay, symbol is not coming up. But here, while exporting report also, we have an option to report the export the report through due date symbol. You can filter due date symbol wise.
Okay.
What we are getting? One entry we are getting.
Yes.
Okay, there are so many other filter options is there.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so this is part of our FI finance module. There are so many sub-modules, and we'll try to discuss more about today AP process. Okay. AP process. And also I ask one question. Is there any difference between AP and AR other submodules? So if people think, okay, and we'll discuss next class, what is the difference between GL and other modules. Okay, we'll try to discuss next session. So what is the difference between GL and other modules? Okay. And we'll explore all other modules, some key concepts. So we covered GST, TDS also, but system not yet covered through TDS. Okay, so manually Excel I explained TDS how it will calculate. So if you want to discuss more, the next activity is payment. So payment also we'll see the automation. Okay, payment also, suppose just now we seen, right? If I go to report, so I come to know today 100 payments is the due. Then so we have to run the payment entry, right? So then how we can do the payment entry? So if I go with manual, so what are the challenges? How much time it will take? If I want to go with the same payment automation, how it will works? Okay, we'll see payment process also automation. If possible, I will try to show in the system, or else I will try to explain in Excel. So how we can do through SAP. Okay. Then similarly, we'll discuss one session, integration end-to-end cycle, and SD integration one end-to-end cycle. So then we'll start the after that practical sessions. Means one procedure will go and start. Now I'm trying to explain theoretically what is the end-to-end process. In between, I'm going to show something in the system. Maybe some people get some confusion. Okay, how we will get all these values in the system, right? So company code, vendor code, tax code, something already it is configured. So we are going to pick that values and we are trying to show the how system is doing the calculations. So part of course, what we'll do, we'll go one procedure, we'll do the all system configuration backend step by step. Then we'll see the result. Okay. So, okay, we'll continue next session. I will update today, end of the day, next session. Okay, date and timings. Okay, so I will share the today's video session also. So anyone missed out your email IDs, okay? So again, ping me. So I will share. Okay, thank you for joining.
Yeah, thank you, sir.